team of salespeople who, when they brought the credit application to the desk, and they came to the desk to work a deal, that they had a story, and they had everything that they needed in the deal. And all you had to do was look at it and just try to figure out which was the best way to put this deal together. How would you like that? Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Hey, do you think that that's impossible? You know, a lot of us think that that's impossible. Our salespeople can't do that. If you expect your salespeople not to ever be able to do that, they never will. I can promise you that. You're absolutely right. If you're expecting them to step up and get to the next level, and you give them the tools, train them, show them how to, you can write those 2 words down, how to, because that goes before every single thing that we do, everything that we learn. It's how to. That's the only way we're going to get our dealership to the next level, is to empower our people. It's not about me. It's not about you. It's not about, you know, what, beating our chest, saying we're just a strong closer. I'm a manager. Let me get on my ivory tower and breathe heat down to the showroom. It's about our people. So let's take a look at the process and where we can get started. First step of the process is the meet and greet. Where does the first impression really start? Who knows? Where's the first impression really start? When they pull in the dealership, where else? That's right, the advertising. What else? First 3 to 5 minutes. Where does it start with our salespeople? When a salesperson touches the customer, where's the first impression start?
What kind of car they pull up in usually?
Usually, yeah. The pre-qualifying? Yeah, that's not good, is it? The first impression starts at home. That's where it starts. If your salespeople are coming in, ready to go, fired up, shaved, looking good, bulletproof attitude, already worked on their self-improvement for 20 minutes because you got them on a self-improvement program because you were on one too and you shared it with them, that's where the first impression starts. It starts at home. Now your meet and greet. We all practice that in the dealership, don't we? How does it go? How's the meet and greet go? We all know. I mean, you guys have been around for a little bit, you old-timers. How's the meet and greet? Welcome to our dealership. My name is Daryl. Really nice to meet you, Bill. Sure is a great day, isn't it? Is this your first time to our dealership, or have you been here before? It's your first time? Awesome. Glad you're here. Did you have an appointment, or were you just stopping by? Well, actually, I have an appointment. I spoke to a nice person on the phone, and they said that I was already approved. Well, that's great. The reason we invited you into our dealership is because we do have a lender that's willing to work with you. We just need to get a little bit more information from you so we can see which way is the best way to help you. Now, when you spoke to that nice person, did she ask you to bring in a confirmation number or maybe some other goodies with you? Oh, yeah, I got it right here. She told me to bring my check stub and my phone bill, and I'm going to go get it out of my truck. How hard was that?
Well, they told me.
What's the alternative?
Hey,
they told me I was already...
They told me they told me I can get 0 down, $99 a month.
That's awesome. That's one of our most popular programs. We've been selling a lot of vehicles from that promotion. As a matter of fact, it's still going on now. By the way, I wanted to ask, who's the lucky one? Who's getting the car? Is it going to be for you or someone else? Well, it's going to be for me. I hope I can get the car. You know, some of these people, we're their last hope. They've been 3, 4 dealerships. They come into our dealership, and we take them through a simple process, and they get the car. What do you think happens? It spreads like wildfire is what happens. It's contagious. Now, what's the alternative? Welcome to our dealership. My name is Daryl. And you are? Nice to meet you, John. Mr. Gray. Sure is a great day, isn't it? Yeah, I'm down here because they told me I was already approved. Well, you see, John, what that is, what that really means is that you're pre-approved. And I'm going to have to get you some information to see what you qualify for. And who'd you talk to on the phone? Didn't you already get all that information? The person on the phone got it. Hang on a second. There's the sales manager. Bill, this is my 5th one from the BDC today. I'm telling you. They were told that they were already approved too. I'm just telling you. This has got to stop. I mean, ever since this BDC stuff happened, and that FIFO, whoever he is, He can't even spell the word, much less, we got to stop this. I'm wasting all my time, and I'm burned out. He had 6 cars out for the last 3 months. How are you burned out? You were never on fire. What's the alternative? Listen, our skills are everything. Let's look at the success pie. We have our selling skills. We have our habits. We have our attitude. Also, we have our follow-up. We're going to spend a lot of time right here in skills today. Hey, is the basics a skill? It's a skill. It is a skill. The basics are not basic. It sounds like that. Some of us old-timers need to be trained on the basics. I know I do. I mean, I've been in the business for about 15 years now, 1992, however long that is. And I mean, we were speaking about a certain credit score and a credit application. I mean, come on. We're car guys. We're sitting on the desk. We look at a deal, and it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of hope in the deal. What are we going to do as car guys? First of all, if we look at a deal like that, and we look at credit, and the customer's not in the dealership, and they're on the phone, what do we always tell them? What is it?
Get a cosigner.
Get a cosigner. That one's going to need money down. Don't even bring them. That's a waste. That's a waste. We looked at your information. The only way we're going to be able to help you is if you get a cosigner or some money down. Oh, what are you trading? Really? What do you owe on it? Oh, yeah.
You're kidding.
You're going to have to... Really? Oh, you're going to have to keep it a while. When I asked who sold a vehicle to a customer who was buried, everyone in here raised their hands. Are you ever going to get a shot at that customer? Yes or no? Some of us are sitting here right now looking at me thinking this. It kind of sounds almost silly, doesn't it? It sounds silly, but you know what? You know what the truth is? It's going on in our dealerships right now while you're here. That's the truth. You know how I know? Because I've been in a lot of them. And every one I go into is the same. You're fighting the same battle I've been fighting. We're car guys and gals. Is that right? Listen, there's a better way. There is a better way to make this happen. Now, customer comes in. We do a fantastic meet and greet. We're qualifying, building rapport. We're not pre-qualifying. We're qualifying, building rapport. And they say, well, how much is it? Now what? Now what do we do? Do we just walk through the process or do we call time out again? Every time our salespeople call time out, they're losing. They're going backwards. Everything they do, everything they say, everything that happens from the time that customer steps on that lot till the time they buy the vehicle matters. And it matters, it matters, it matters. And some of us don't realize how much it matters. And we're losing deals one by one. We're killing our whole entire career on an installment plan. And then we join the rest of the whole entire pool of averageness, and we agree with each other. Yeah, you're right. This is, the good old days. Let me tell you something. You want to know when the good old days are? They're right now. This is the good old days. Because here's the deal. Your competition, they're not very good. You see, in the car business, we didn't have to be good to make money. Is that true? I mean, let's look at it. You should see some of the deals I did when I first got in the business. I didn't even know what I was doing. I had no clue. I was just running into deals. And some of us never got any skills. We didn't get any better. No one took the time to show us. We didn't know. It's just the way it is. It was our culture. Am I right or am I right? My dad's been doing this he did this for 42 years before he retired. I think it was the same then that it is in a lot of places now. But the problem is, everything is changing, and we're not. But if you do get ahead of the curve, guess what's going to happen? Greatness. So let's take a look at it. What's some other objections that we're hearing when we get into the dealership? What are you driving now? I'm driving a 1999 Chevrolet Lumina. Oh, really? How much you owe on it? Oh, I got to buy here, pay here a lot. I owe $7,500 on it. Oh, how many miles are on it? 200,000. But listen, There's no sense in none of that stuff because I don't want to go any further unless I can get my payments low enough. What's the next question the salesperson asks? Where do you want your payments to be? What's the answer to that one?
Low.
What, as low as possible? Really?
200.
What kind of payment range are you looking for?
225.
Oh, wait, we've been to a training class. Share with me target-wise, where'd you want to be?
Lower 200s.
Oh, lower. Here's a skilled car guy that's been to training. Share with me target-wise, where do you really want to be? We met the customer. We knew him for like 2 minutes. We asked them where they want their payment to be. Then what happens? They say 200.
Are they going to give you high payments, low payments?
Probably a little bit lower. Probably going to be low payments. Now, are they going to want to be on the Escalade or are they going to want to be on Dodge Neon?
ESV.
Escalade, ESV, with everything, the bling and everything. Is that right? So what do? We go back to the sales desk. I'm a salesperson. You're not going to believe it. I finally got one that could buy. You know, because you told me this one was a deal. They only want to be at $200 a month. Can you believe that? I went through all this all day long, all these deals on the board, and here I am just trying to get something to go. And this one wants to be at $250 a month. And then what does the manager do? Get him out of here. Tell him he should have paid his bills. Get that bug out of here.
So, Daryl, you know, we're talking about a lot of objections that are going back and forth. You mentioned that I want my payment $99 a month, and you overcame it. And were you trying to close the customer when you overcame that payment?
No.
What were you trying to do?
No, we're meet and greet, and we're qualifying, building rapport right now.
Okay, so when you're meeting, greeting, and qualifying, building rapport, and then the customer comes and say, well, look, I just saw this ad, 0 down, $99 a month.
That's great. It's one of our most popular programs. As a matter of fact, we've been selling a lot of vehicles from that program.
Yes.
By the way, who's the lucky one? Who gets the car? Is it going to be for you or someone else?
And what Daryl did is he overcame that one particular objection to do what?
All I did was bypass.
He just bypassed it to get back what?
Qualifying, building rapport.
Qualifying, building rapport, which is what step? Step 2. And the reason that he did that is because the only thing that he can control is what? The process, which is exactly the same as what Bill said. Since the process right now requires him to be on the step that he's on, that's the one that he's needing to focus on. So now you're starting to build rapport and you're asking, you know, the customer about his kids, his family, the kind of car, school, neighborhood, right?
Right.
And then he comes on and he says, hey, they told me I'm already approved. What do you need? What do you need me to collect some information? I mean, because part of the qualifying build report says, look, we'd like to get some information so we're able to serve you better and take care of you and make sure that we have a big smile on your face on your way out. And,
right.
And Daryl says, they already told me I'm approved. What do you need to collect information for?
Since you have an appointment, that means we do have a lender that's willing to work with you. We just need to get a little bit more information and see which way is the best way to help you. And then you go right back to your either-or question, which would be, by the way,
speaking of,
we're going to be replacing your car or just buying another one? Well, I have something that I want to trade in. And then we go right back to building rapport and qualifying. Now, since you have an appointment and you're way ahead of the game, I'm going to go ahead and grab your file so we can verify the information that we already have. I'll need your driver's license so I can go ahead and do that. Now, within 3 minutes of the customer reaching the dealership, should a manager have already spoken to this customer?
Absolutely.
Now, if a manager comes out and says, hey, my name is Daryl, I'm one of the managers here at the dealership, I just wanted to let you know that I was expecting you, and I'm really glad that you guys came. You're way ahead of the game, just like the salesperson, speaking the same language. You're way ahead of the game. He's going to get the ball rolling for you, and we'll take it from there. Where are you guys from? And the manager gets a little bit of what? Rapport with the customer. The manager takes off. The salesperson gets the rest of the information. The customer signs the customer statement, verifying that their information was correct. Remember, if it's an appointment from BDC, let's back up for a second. If it's an appointment from the BDC, are they doing business with us already? Yes or no?
Yes, they are.
If it's an appointment from a salesperson making the appointment, is that customer already doing business with us?
He is.
They are. They're doing business with us already. It's not a fresh up. It's not. So we have to make sure that the customer is welcome. Remember, they're always going to come to where we invite them. We scream all this stuff all over the TV, and we tell them all these nice things on the phone. They're going to come because we invited them. They're only going to stay for the entire process if they feel welcome. So now that they're feeling welcome and things are moving along, we're gathering their information. Now, what do we collect from the customer? Immediately, what was the first thing? What was the first step that I asked them for? Their what?
Driving license.
Why?
It's legal.
Why? What is it? To know if they can drive the car or not, if you want to make it real simple. That's exactly it. How many times have you worked a deal, a special finance deal? 2 hours later, you think you got a deal, and you don't have a driver's license. Who's ever done it? I know I have. Come on, I can't be the only one that's ever done that one. Get the driver's license. Okay, now after we get the driver's license...
But you don't understand, he has a passport.
Oh, okay. Well, collect the passport.
I asked the question right before I brought you up, and that is, can you sell a car if you don't have a manager go up there and meet him within the first 3 minutes?
Yes, and we all have. Here's the deal. Our process is laid out for you. Everything is in place for a reason. It's for gross, it's for more units, and it's for easier funding, if you want to break it down. If you want to know the real buzzwords, what we really want to hear as car guys, it's for more gross, sell more units, and easier funding. How about that? Who's in on that deal?
Who's in on that deal?
Okay. And here's where the magic starts. And when we get back from the break, we're going to kick it up.
Yeah, we will. So now my question to you, can they sell a car without, can they get a deal funded without having a good customer interview with the customer and the special finance manager having a good customer interview together? Can they do that? Can they get a deal funded?
You can get one funded, but if you don't do the interview, you're missing out information and the ingredients that you need to get the deal funded.
Can you sell a car without test driving the car? Okay. All right. And here comes the theory that I have patented, that I have already put in place on books, so don't steal it. Okay, but you can repeat it. I'm rhyming now. It's kind of getting dangerous, right? It's called false evidence appear real. That's what it's called. When we wake up and we look up on the tower and we look at the tower and we say, how many cars we sold? And there is 11 cars on the board. And the first thing that comes out of our mouth, we say what? Great job, awesome work, fantastic. Well, how many customers did you have? What's the closing percentage? How much gross did you generate? We look at a salesman and the salesman sold 3 cars. We say, man, good job. It's the first day of the month, you got 3 cars out. Outstanding. Outstanding. And then I look at his sheet and it's minus $220 average. Do me a favor, don't talk to any of my customers anymore, okay? Just stay away. As a matter of fact, here's a week vacation because, you know, you're getting ahead of yourself. No. 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 We have to look at our business and take it seriously. We have to make sure that they have test drove the car. We have to make sure the manager has met the customer within the first 3 minutes. We have to make sure that the special finance manager had a very good, solid customer interview and landed the customer on the right vehicle. We are blessed with a business that we can screw so many things and still be successful. I can't wait for us to get good at it, to see how much stuff we can get out of it. It's a blessing. What other business can you do it? In a real estate contract, if you miss a line, they can back out of the transaction and you're screwed. Here in the car business, we're missing 12 steps. We go from meet, greet, F&I office, and still get a commission. Please. Why? Because people want to buy cars. They have to buy cars. And that's where the theory comes as false evidence appear real. What we're talking about here to do is perfecting a process that enables you to maximize on every single opportunity you have. And that's what's going to be exciting. What Daryl is talking about is saying, I'm going to overcome a bunch of objections and bypass them and move on and build that rapport with the customer. At the end of the 7th or 8th step, it ain't going to matter. It's not going to matter because they have liked me so much and listened to me and trusted me, and now they're buying from me. It's that simple. Now, you know, Helmy, we're talking about leadership stuff right here. You know, you brought us all the way from South Dakota or Arizona or Hawaii or wherever we flew from. And some of you are so tanned that I know you've lived in Hawaii for a couple of days. But anyway, and you're talking about sales process? Huh. You're stealing from us. You charged me for this? Well, I'm prepared to spend 5 days on this if I need to. I don't want to, but if I need to, I will. Because we can't go to step number 2 without what? Without handling the very basics.